Number 1. Acura. Acura is a manufacturer which got its first Rolex 24 victory recently. The Honda Group brand has 3 victories in history which were in 2021, 2022, and 2023. And coincidentally, all the Acura victories in Rolex 24 had Helio Castroneves as one of the 4 winning drivers. In the 2021 edition, Acura got its first victory with Wayne Taylor Racing. Helio Castroneves, Alexander Rossi, Felipe Albuquerque, and Ricky Taylor were the drivers. And in the 2022 and 2023 editions, Acura won Rolex 24 at Daytona thanks to Meyer Shank Racing. Besides that, the last win was very controversial due to the tire manipulation, and this caused a heavy penalty to MSR team with 200 points being removed. Every Michelin Endurance Cup points loss of prize money, and the team received a $50,000 fine. Number 2. Cadillac. Cadillac is another manufacturer that got its first Rolex 24 victory recently. The GM brand had its first win in Daytona in the 2017 edition thanks to Wayne Taylor Racing with Jordan Taylor, Ricky Taylor, Max Angelilli, and Jeff Gordon. And after that, won 4 times in a row until 2020, which was the last time that Cadillac crossed the finish line in first position in Rolex 24 with Wayne Taylor Racing driven by Kamui Kobayashi, Scott Dixon, Ringer van der Zonde, and Ryan Briscoe in the former DPI class. Number 3. Porsche. Porsche is the manufacturer which has the most overall victories in history of Rolex 24 with 18 times if we consider only 24 hours duration race, and not including the wins that Porsche was only the engine supplier. The first win was in the 1968 edition if we only consider the 24 hours duration race with Porsche 907LH. The drivers were Vic Elford, Johan Neerpasch, Rolf Stomlin, Joe Siffert, and Hans Hermann. The last time that Porsche won Rolex 24 in overall position was in 2003 with the Racers Group with 911 GT3 RS driven by Kevin Buckler, Michael Schrum, Timo Bernhard, and Jörg Bergmeister. And that was very curious because it was the race in which the Daytona prototypes made their debut as a top class in Rolex Sports Cars series, but the overall winner was a GT car. And that happened because the Daytona prototype suffered with several mechanical issues during the race. Number 4. BMW. BMW is the manufacturer in this list which has the longest time without winning the overall position in Rolex 24. The German manufacturer has only a single victory, which was in the 1976 edition with BMW 3.0 CSL driven by Peter Gregg, Brian Redman, and John Fitzpatrick. Number 5. Toyota. Today Toyota is not part of IMSA top class grid, but in the past the Japanese manufacturer used to race the Rolex 24 at top class. Like BMW, Toyota has only a single overall victory, which was in the 1993 edition with Eagle Mark III Toyota driven by P.J. Jones, Mark Dismore, and Rocky Moran in the All-American Racers team. Number 6. Ferrari. Like Toyota, Ferrari is not part of the IMSA GTP class, but the Italian manufacturer also had a chance to win in Daytona. Ferrari has 3 victories if we only consider the 24 hours race. The first one was in the 1967 edition with Ferrari 330 P4 driven by Lorenzo Bandini and Chris Amon. This victory was very important for the Italian manufacturer because in 1966 they lost Le Mans against Ford. And the last win was in 1998 with a Ferrari 333 SP driven by Mauro Baldi, Ari Leyendic, Giampiero Moretti, and Didier Faze in the Duran Moretti racing team. So these were all the current GTP and Hypercars manufacturers' last win in Rolex 24 at Daytona in history. But wait a second, what about Alpine, Isotta Fraschini, Lamborghini, and Peugeot? These 4 manufacturers never had a chance to win Rolex 24 in history, and that's why they're not included in this list. Who knows, in the 2025 edition, we can see or Alpine or Lamborghini fighting for the first overall victory in Rolex 24 at Daytona. So between Acura, BMW, Caddy, and Porsche, who's gonna increase the number of overall victories in Rolex 24 at Daytona in 2024. So tell your opinion in the comment sections below. And also comment below if you would like to watch a video with every non-current Hypercars and GTP manufacturers which won also in Daytona. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we're gonna have more videos about the Rolex 24 during January. We see you in the next videos.